Raise your hand if you like cardboard. Yay! Hi, I'm Melanie. Welcome back. We are talking cardboard today. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm crazy, but I do like cardboard, and I'm going to make you like cardboard too. Actually, cardboard is really cool, and I want to show you just some basic things that you can do with cardboard to make some creative things at home. Seems to be the popular thing these days, and these are materials that you have around the house, so that makes it even better. You might have a stack of cardboard boxes in your garage in the corner somewhere, maybe some online purchases. All right, I'm talking about me. Let's talk a little bit about what cardboard is made of, because believe it or not, it's not complex, but there is more to it than meets the eye. So if you peel back one of the layers, you'll see. So I'm going to take one of my scraps over here. And if you look right here, you will see that there is a top layer, and it's kind of the consistency of a grocery bag, a paper bag. And then if you turn it over, there's another one on the other side, and in the middle is a piece of corrugated cardboard. It's just wavy, which creates kind of a cushy feel. So what that does for us is it offers us some different texture to work with. So I'm going to put this over here. So what do you need to get started? Well, that's simple. You need a pencil. And if you need a pencil, what do you need? You need a sharpener. So get that sharpener out, dig it out of your junk drawer. You need an eraser if you have a pencil. It's kind of like if you're giving us a cookie. If you have an X-Acto knife, you want that. If you don't have an X-Acto knife, don't worry. You can also use a pair of scissors. It would be a good idea if they were sharp, but be careful because you don't want to slip and cut your finger. Nor do you want to cut your finger with the X-Acto knife. And a utility knife is always great to have to cut up your cardboard from your boxes in the garage in a pile. But if you don't have a utility knife, once again, good old pair of scissors will work. It's also good to have a little glue and a ruler, although you don't need one. But if you want to cut a particular size, it's always nice to have a straight edge in order to cut your lines. But again, be careful and make sure you use a cutting mat underneath your cardboard so you don't dig a big hole in your dining room table. Yikes. Tape is always good to have if you're working with a piece and it's slipping around or whatever, or if you want to use that to trace to get a circle, that's good too. There's all sorts of things around your house that you can use to trace, but those are your basic materials that you need to work with. There's also things like oil pastels and soft pastels. Look how pretty those are. Gel pens. My students love gel pens, our gel pens. Even liquid watercolor, even watercolor in general. There's all sorts of materials you can use, but we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We're just going to learn the basics today, and then you can take it from there. So I want to show you one picture. Take this off. Now this is one layer. Then it was peeled off, so you have that second texture. And you can also use pieces to add to it, such as leaves. Now I need my eraser to erase some of these lines. But get the idea. You don't want to glue anything down until you have everything set the way you want and you have a really nice picture. So we're going to put that aside. We're going to work on something that's a little more abstract, because I don't want to intimidate anybody. I want everybody to feel comfortable with this, and then you can take it as far as you want. So we're going to first take pencil, and we're going to draw about a rectangle. And again, you don't need a ruler, but if you're more comfortable with a ruler, that's fine. And the way I use my pencil, do you notice I've always got my wrist or my fist down on the canvas, in this case it's cardboard, to give me some balance. See, it doesn't slip around and I can just move my pencil back and forth. It gives you a straighter line, but we're not looking for perfection here. Perfection is boring. It doesn't really exist anyway, but perfect pictures, I don't think they're as exciting or as interesting. Okay, so we're going to take our X-Acto knife. Now I'm going to cut out just one section with the X-Acto knife. Now you kind of have to look at me. That is so bad. Well, this is a good example of what not to do. There you go. Gotta do it, right? At least I didn't cut my finger. This is a very sharp blade. Very sharp. So be careful. It's good to just kind of saw along here. Because of the corrugated cardboard underneath, it's going to be hard to just kind of... So I'm going to turn it now, and I'm going to continue to saw. So I'm doing half of this with my X-Acto knife, so I'm going to put that down. And now the rest I'm going to use with my scissors. Now I'm going to warn you, it's not as easy to do. And I learned this from my students. Teachers learn from students all the time. I know I do. We didn't have a lot of X-Acto knives in our classroom, so the kids that didn't have any, they were used to making do with what they had. Always impressed me. So they used their scissors to cut, and it worked. Now it's, again, it's probably not as clean of a cut, but I'm going to use the X-Acto knife here to pull up the paper now. So now you can see the texture underneath. The ripples are intact. Little corrugated part. I like to call them ripples. They look like ripples, don't they? I think so. This is just an example of what you can do. The ideas are endless. That is basically all you need to know. My job was not to tell you what to make. My job was just to tell you how to make. I am not a big believer in copy me, but I am going to show you some examples of some pictures of my students' work so that you can see just a little farther down the road what you can do. And maybe you can do that now. Maybe this is just the inspiration you need. So check out the pictures. They should be coming up on either side of me. Enjoy those. There's a lot of color in them. Newspaper, I believe, is in one of them. One of the assignments that I had the students do is choose a famous artist that they appreciated and to find a painting that they wanted to copy. And the reason I do that project is so that they can learn a little bit more about the artist and just how they created their painting. Just by doing that, you learn a lot about the artist and the different techniques they use, and you learn about what you can do on your own. So it's an inspiration. I think you have everything you need. Now it's really up to you. So gather up all your materials, grab that cardboard box in the garage and cut it up carefully. If you liked this video, please be sure to give me the thumbs up and subscribe so that you know when the next video is coming out. And if you would like to make a comment, you do that below. And if you have an idea for a video or something you want to know more about, and I know what it is, I will be happy to look into it and possibly make a video. Thanks for stopping by, and see you next time.